I just saw a new report. It's on GM Authority, and they said that the profit of dealerships, particularly General Motors dealerships, has shrunk significantly this year. The challenge here is, for GM, it's not only eroding its profit now, this year already, but consider the reality here. GM is about to go very much into electric cars. GM doesn't make profit on EVs at all. How much profit can General Motors give its dealerships when it doesn't make any profit on EVs? This is happening at a point when EVs are disrupting gasoline-powered vehicles. GM know if they don't sell them, someone else, probably Tesla, will. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans, and it's very interesting watching this disruption. When I first started this channel just over 2 years ago, no one knew who BYD were. No one knew who they were. Their sales have been declining for a few years. They were selling about 450,000 vehicles a year, just a bit player. Now, all of a sudden, they're the second biggest battery company in the world. They supplied Tesla with batteries. They're selling cars in many different countries, and they're hitting incredible market share. They're now the biggest brand in China for car sales, period. They're actually hurting General Motors significantly in China, where GM are losing market share rapidly. So are all the other legacy automakers, not just General Motors, but it's happening to GM really, really fast. The thing is, this disruption is happening quickly in China, but it's also happening quickly in the United States. For example, in San Francisco, 38% of all cars sold over the last 3 months have been fully electric. 53% have been either electric or plug-in hybrids. Now, the same figures are coming, we're getting close to those numbers in San Diego, in Los Angeles, and in Seattle as well. What does this mean for GM? It means it had to sell EVs, but if their profits are eroding already, how will they go about actually staying alive? Could we see a repeat of 2008? Bankruptcy? Could that happen? General Motors does have a lot of debt. Most of it is not financial services debt, so most of it is bad debt. This could be a very interesting period of time for GM. And keep in mind, GM is having a very troubling time, a very difficult time ramping production of its Ultium battery cells, which it now admits are not as good as what it originally thought they were. Thus, the reason they're considering moving to manufacturing Tesla's 4680-like cylindrical battery cells, not Tesla's specific cell, but their own version of that. Thus, the reason they cancelled their agreement with LG Chem to build a fourth battery factory. The profit index measured by Cox, showing actual profit this year, has dropped significantly. It's actually down for the 7th quarter, 7 quarters in a row, to a rating of 41. In other words, they're saying dealership profits have declined for 7 straight months. That's problematic, because at the same time, dealer inventory is at its highest point in more than 2.5 years. So massive dealer inventory, and inventories are just piling up. And all these cars in inventory, they're the same cars. Guess what? The same cars that are in inventory in the US are pretty much identical to the cars sitting in inventory in China. They're all gasoline-powered vehicles, diesel-powered vehicles, primarily gasoline. While inventory and consumer traffic improved according to a recent survey of many car dealerships, particularly General Motors dealerships in the US, the price pressure index is up sharply from 2022, showing that car dealerships are under strong pressure to lower their prices. So their inventories are up, they're under pressure to lower prices, and their profits have slid for 7 straight months, and they're losing market share in China rapidly. Sound like a possibility here for a perfect storm, in particular if the economy continues to degrade? I think it is. In fact, I'd be very concerned if I was one of the big legacy automakers in this position. The index points to new vehicle sales on the rise, while used vehicle sales are growing less popular. But it says, once again, inventory has increased, profits have gone down. Turning to specific questions from the survey, Jonathan Smoke, chief economist at Cox, says dealers are facing an uncertain economy and high loan rates that are keeping many would-be buyers on the sidelines. While the average dealership says it feels only moderate pressure to lower prices, several other factors are at play. Dealers identify credit availability for consumers and the political climate as 2 increased risk factors holding back their business. Dealers also reported that inflation was affecting staffing levels at their car dealerships, more significantly than in previous quarters. So basically, inflation is meaning the staff are wanting more money. They're saying, hey, the money's worth less. You need to pay us more. This money you're paying us is worth less than what it was last month, last year, a lot less than what it was worth last year. While the US auto market may be weak overall in both Q1 and Q2, according to car dealerships, GM sales showed a pretty strong rebound across all 4 of its major brands during the first quarter. That's true in the US, but it's losing sales at a faster pace than it's gaining them in America. Where is it losing them? It's losing them in China, because remember, China is GM's second most important car market, second in the world. It's not that far off its US sales. It's losing sales there so quickly that it's not able to gain those in the US fast enough. Ultimately, what Cox Automotive's Q2 Dealer Sentiment Index shows is that there are some big challenges coming for US dealers, but not just for dealers, for the brands themselves. Yes, General Motors is in a better position than Toyota in North America. There's no question about that. I mean, it's not even close. They're in a better position than than every single Japanese automaker, whether that's Subaru, Mazda, Honda, Mitsubishi, Nissan, etc. No question. So GM is well and truly in front of them because of its investments over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years into electrification. But it is going slowly. And they are in a pretty difficult position because they're losing sales. They've got a lot of debt as a company. Dealerships have a lot of debt. Dealerships need to invest now into EVs and into EV production facilities, basically into chargers and into actually educating staff as well. That costs money. But GM doesn't make a profit on EVs. Tesla does. GM sales are coming down. Inventories are going up. It's a challenging time. Really challenging time. I hope they figure it out. Let me know what you think. Do you think they will? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.